By the time this video goes live, a good friend of mine is going to be a priest. And that just brings a lot of joy. And this is the challenge. How do you make joy contagious? How do you share joy? Happy Thursday, everybody. It's Ptony, your friendly Catholic vlogger. So how do I refer to this guy? I suppose as Father Nathan, because by the time this is live, he's Father Nathan. Nate is from my hometown, but we met in Connecticut, or we saw each other face to face for the first time in Connecticut. This is back in the days when I was studying to be a priest and he was not. And my mom put us in touch with each other and we started calling each other. Well, I mostly called him at the beginning. And then eventually one day he called me. I remember this very clearly. He had important news because this was the day that he had decided he was going to become a priest. But I wasn't available that day and I didn't return his call for like 3 days. And so when I finally did return the call, he picked he gave me a little chastising. Peter, I have never called you and I finally call you and you don't return my call. It was great. My family's going to the ordination. It's about a 6-hour drive, and it's going to be a lot of fun. There are a lot of people that are going to this ordination. I don't think I've ever known of an ordination event that has seemed this big. There was one down in Oklahoma where a lot of people came from really far away. I don't need to compare one ordination to the other. I mean, the point is that God is working, and we celebrate the instruments sometimes because he chooses some really amazing instruments. But of course, God is the first focus. But it's profound to reflect on just how many people are traveling from hours and hours away. Like 6 hours seems like a long ways to go for an ordination. But there's practically a whole caravan of people that are leaving from my hometown to go to his ordination. Why? Because he's touched a lot of people's lives. I think that's what's profound and beautiful about this. Do you hear my flip-flops clacking in the background? Is that noise going to work against anything that I tried to say that sounds meaningful? Maybe. Who knows? I remember back in the seminary, there was a time when we were both studying to be a priest together in the same house, in the same time frame. This was out in Connecticut. What? 2010 or something? I don't remember. And Father Nathan got a bus license because there were enough of us in this seminary that we needed, sometimes we needed to go places and we went in buses. Have you ever noticed bus drivers are kind of secluded? It's a strange space. We have a rowdy bus full of seminarians that are eager to talk because usually we're in silence and not talking to each other, and now we get an opportunity to talk to each other. But Father Nathan was the bus driver, which meant that he was a little removed from the rest of us oftentimes. I mean, there were other places when we talked to him, but I remember, like going on a long road trip, it's really easy to talk to the brother next to you. And then there's that one brother who's driving the vehicle up front. There was a couple times that I moved up and I sat right next to him, pulled up like a cooler or something and sat next to him. And we used to talk about things like the Brothers Karamazov and meaning of life and happiness. That one survivor of a Nazi camp, what's his name? It's escaping me right now. Viktor Frankl? I think it's Viktor Frankl. You know, making YouTube videos, a question that I always ask myself before I hit the record button is, what I'm about to say, is it going to be interesting to someone who has no idea who I am, right? Like someone who has no context, no sense of who I am. I can't just talk about who my friends are. They're great people, but if you don't know them, is that really going to make an exciting vlog? I don't think it would. It could, maybe. I don't know. Other vlog channels do things like that. That's not what my vlog's about. But when a good friend is becoming a priest, it kind of brings together a world of universal, deep, and meaningful truths and great overflowing joy, and puts it right in my personal backyard. So how can I not talk about this? How can I not talk about this very personal thing and just reflect for a second on how great it is? And how, yes, last week was a much more somber vlog. Sometimes the great joys in life stand right next to the great sorrows and hardships in life. That's a reality that I've heard from various priests. It's very poignant in their lives. In the morning they could be doing a baptism, and that same afternoon they could be doing a funeral, and then the next week they could be doing a wedding. And a priest walks in and out of our lives in these great moments of pain, and these great moments of joy, and these great moments of ending, and these great moments of beginning. A priest is there. So, if you want to hear more about that, go talk to your friendly neighborhood priest. That's all I have to say about that. Oh boy, I seem to be going through an introspective phase on my channel. Stay tuned. I have some more comical comedy. I'm gonna try to be funny. This is gonna be great. In the meantime, I've just been distracted with some behind the scenes work for the Game of Favorites, and I'm really excited for some things that I'm going to do to improve the next episode. It's gonna be great. Shout outs as always to my patrons, especially let's grab a name from the bag. Which one is this? Michael. Michael, thank you so much for your support. You're the best. The theme of today's video is joy. Let me know down in the comment section something that has brought you joy recently, something that's worth celebrating. That's all I got. God bless and ciao.